Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we got some really good news from Norwegian Cruise Line. We got good news from Canada. We have good news from Royal Caribbean. Lots of really good news coming out. And oh yeah, by the way, remember those warnings that Carnival Cruise Line came out and said, hey, yeah, don't break the rules? Well, they've actually put some money behind that, saying, yeah, it's going to cost you. First off, we have a quick update on Hurricane Orlene out on the west coast down near Baja, Mexico, and things like that. Well, we have Princess Cruise Lines. The Sapphire Princess and the Royal Princess both had to reroute some of their itineraries because of the storm, and they're just going to make sure they stay safe and stay away from it. Nothing too major going on as far as any of the big, huge, like complete opposite directions or anything like that, but they are taking precautions and just avoiding the storm, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. So if you have friends and relatives on the Sapphire Princess or the Royal Princess, they might not be going where they thought they were going this trip. It's hurricane season, folks. It's hurricane season. We also have some sightings. I saw this myself, and for a while there I was saying, I think, are they really doing it? Or is it just the odd person who is randomly just disobeying the rules? And that was, I've seen Royal Caribbean crew members with their masks off. The horrors. I've been waiting for this for a long time because it really annoys me when I'm having a conversation with a crew member or a friend and they have to wear the mask and I don't have to wear a mask. Like, I understand the reasoning behind it before, but I want to see their smiles. I want to see their eyes. I want to see their face. I want to see them comfortable on their work environment as well. I mean, I've even had to have conversations with the captains and things like that on the ship and the entertainment directors, and they had to wear a mask. A lot of you are wondering, like, I was just on the Royal Princess with my really good friend, cruise director Natalie. You've seen her in some of my intros. Well, why I didn't show more videos of me having, with Natalie and things like that. And it's quite simply because she had to wear a mask the entire time on the cruise, unless we were, having coffee or something like that. But, and I know that if I put up people I'm talking to them and they have to wear a mask, I'm going to get the anti-mask and the debate and all the people saying, why is she wearing a mask? She shouldn't be wearing a mask. All that kind of stuff. So I don't bother with that stuff. So I'm really hoping all the cruise lines now just say, hey, things are better now. The world is opening up now. Our countries are opening up now. Let's let the crew members be part of our society, because not too many people have to wear masks at work anymore, except maybe in the hospitals. So I'm hoping that more and more people no longer have to wear masks on their cruise. Now, speaking of restrictions that are being dropped and some fines that might be happening, yeah, well, okay, it sounds like a low number for a fine. Okay, I'll get there in a second. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, from fun stories to the important stories to tips and tricks to possibly save you money and make your cruising experience that much easier, and some watch outs or what to watch out for when you're sailing on different ships. I got some stuff coming up from my journey in Cape Liberty, and I'm going to share that with you. But just hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel out. And again, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's done so and about to do so. Okay, we have Norwegian Cruise Line has just said, you know what? That's it. We are now dropping everything. And what I mean by them dropping everything is they are dropping testing requirements, vaccine mandates, and masks. Every protocol as far as a passenger is concerned, is being dropped. You no longer have to do it unless it's the destination requiring it. And as of right now, it seems like only Bermuda, and they're changing some of their requirements in a phased approach, is really the only place. Plus maybe Greece has a few more things that they're doing, Hong Kong, places. But here in North America, the Caribbean's pretty much wide open now. Canada just dropped all their restrictions, so a lot of the destinations, you don't need it anymore. And Norwegian Cruise Line came out and said, that's it, folks. You no longer need to be vaccinated, tested, or any of that stuff. Just come on board and have a cruise. And we've been waiting over 2 years for that kind of announcement. And hopefully the other cruise lines are going to follow suit. Normally when one does it, the others do it. Remember when they started saying you don't have to test for anything under a 5-day or less cruise, and within 5 to 6 more days they said under 7 days, and then it became 15 days. Everybody just piles on once somebody does it, and Norwegian is first out of the box saying, that's it. You no longer have to worry about any of those protocols on their cruise line anymore. Okay, great. That's good news, because I'm going on a cruise in January on Norwegian Cruise Line, so looking forward to that. Now, Carnival. Remember, Carnival had some very bad profile things happen in the news with brawls on a couple of their ships over the summer and in the springtime. Well, they addressed it by saying, hey, look, if you guys do this, you're going to be banned for life, and you're going to be put into solitaire on the cruise ship, and then you're going to be escorted off the ship at your own expense. Well, they've also added some other things in there now, and they put a financial price on it. They're saying if you break your code of conduct, there'll be a $500 fine. What is code of conduct? Well, obviously, you cannot hit somebody, you cannot verbally abuse staff members, etc., etc. It's going to be very open-ended, and the fine is not mandatory. It can be at the discretion of the cruise ship, or, in reality, the discretion of the captain of the cruise ship, because the captain has the final say when you're at sea. But let's just say it's $500. They've also added on a little caveat at the end of that, where it's also plus related expenses. Now, what kind of related expenses could possibly be there? Well, how about you get in a fight with somebody and you injure that person? Well, some of those fines could be, oh, by the way, we had to bring this person to the hospital. We had to call, we had to send a medical evacuation team. We had to do this. All that money we had to spend to get that person looked after that you caused is now your fine. Things like that. How about you just break something? You get in an argument and you take a glass and you throw it and it smashes a window, or it smashes a mirror, or anything, a light, anything like that. Related expenses. You could now be responsible for repairing those items on there, and they've now put it right in the code of conduct and right in the fines on their website. It'll show up on your ticket. If you start looking through your cruising agreement, you're going to see this now begin to show up. Anything, when you don't actually break out and say exactly what related expenses are, or, it leaves it open to interpretation. So will they charge you for flights and everything as somebody? Who knows? That's just a worst case scenario. But hey, if you throw a beer glass or something like that and you break something on the ship, or you push somebody and it breaks a railing, anything, right? A ship statue, anything like that, they have now put in writing that you now may be responsible for it if you break the code of conduct. And hey, I think every cruise line should actually have something in place like that, because there's no place for brawls or verbal abuse or anything like that on anybody's vacation. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.